What's going on, everyone? My name is Kenneth Beard, and today I'm going to be breaking down my thoughts on the overall market. I'm going to be breaking down some economic data, some trade ideas I have for the following week. I'm going to just start from the technical aspect of what has gone down this week. And from a technical aspect, we haven't really had much. Um, we've just been in a consolidation phase for the past week. In this, I'm looking at the S&P or the SPY right now, the S&P 500 index, and as you can see, we've just been kind of consolidating sideways in between this range. We attempted, um, you know, a day ago to get above and make new highs, but you know, sellers pushed it back down, and we didn't last long above new highs. And so we saw some relative weakness yesterday in the overall market. And you could just see the several attempts of trying to make new highs. So I feel like this is just a lot of things have been going down as far as stimulus talks, as far as this coronavirus vaccine being ready to be approved. Um, so there's a lot of mixed emotions going on right now in the overall market. So that's why you kind of see just this sideways movement. We haven't really gone anywhere this week. So that's just on a technical aspect. We're breaking it down to 1 hour chart. You can obviously see the sideways movement, the choppiness. You know, so not really advancing anywhere at all compared to like looking at here where we getting a nice solid uptrend, staying tightly above this 20, staying above this 50. We go over here. You can obviously see the EMAs are intertwined with the trend. So not really any trend, not really going anywhere at all. So from a technical aspect, this week has been a little bit boring, but there has been, if I pull up some economic data, there has been, a lot of data which has came out this week that didn't really, price in any major movements. So, I was looking at, um, this was Monday, we had nothing for real. Tuesday, you had the import price index, Empire State Index, industrial production, capacity utilization. On Wednesday, we had retail sales excluding autos, and market PMI, market service PMI, business inventories, home builders index, Federal Reserve announcement. We had a Federal Reserve announcement on Wednesday, and those are usually pretty big. We had a reaction to it, but it still didn't didn't leave outside that consolidation range, and so we continued to go sideways on that one. We had the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell press conference, so yeah, it's the same thing. And Thursday we had the initial jobless claims. Those are usually really big and price in big movements, but we didn't see anything, major. Um, and yeah, the initial jobless claims, federal and state, continuous jobless claims, housing starts, building permits, Philly Fed Index, and Friday we had a current account deficit and leading economic indicators at 10 a.m. today. So we had a pretty busy week on the economic data side, but um, as far as any big movements being priced in, like I said, we didn't really get anything, which I believe is because of this whole mixed emotion environment that we've been currently seeing, choppiness in the overall market. But as today, we had some pretty big news as far as Tesla joining the S&P 500. Here we had Tesla. Obviously, if you've been keeping up, you can see that the Tesla has just joined the S&P, and so that could mean something big, and we may see a big move being priced in for, the short term. Um, uh, uh, you know, a new huge company like Tesla. Obviously, that joining the S&P, you're going to see okay. So I'm trying to get that up, but it's backing up. You could see some big moves off of that, or you could expect to see some big moves, some big plays to the upside in the overall market, as being good news, being a healthy company, being as hyped up and healthy as a company as Tesla is, that joining the S&P 500, I believe that we'll have a good reaction off of that. And so, not really sitting in any overbought areas or in any oversold areas. We're just kind of chilling up here on my RSI. I look at this indicator to kind of give me a reference on how overbought and how oversold the overall market is, and we haven't really went into that overbought range yet. I believe if we start to veer over towards that overbought area on my RSI, that you want to be cautious. Of course, um, that probably take a very overextended move for that to happen, though. So that's just something to keep an eye out on. We're still staying tightly above this 20, so this is showing us, just that the market is still bullish. Um, you know, Ever since coming out of this symmetrical triangle here, we broke out. We've been rallying. Now we're just kind of waiting for the next move higher in the S&P. So with this vaccine, let me pull this up really quick. Today I got the news, but it was already expected that the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine was authorized for use by the FDA. So this could be something really big for the overall market, obviously. So you want to keep your eyes out, keep your eyes open, watching the overall market, how it react. Just the fears, the mixed signals may begin to die down, and investors begin to gain more confidence. We could see the market start to make new highs, and so I believe that could be something good for the overall market. And so that's what I was kind of waiting for. I believe earlier this week they were saying that it was going to be authorized on this Friday, so it just has been. So keep your eyes out on the overall market as this drug vaccine starts to get delivered across the country. This could be some. So if we break it down and look at the market from a lower time frame perspective, you can see how we started to edge higher, above the all-time highs, and we sort of double topped here and automatically just failed. But as the market closed today, around closing time, we got these huge big green candles up, and so I don't know if that's signifying the good news from Tesla joining the S&P, or from this Moderna vaccine. It could be both. So obviously we're getting some of this news being priced into the index, and so keep your eyes open for the rest of this move to start to kind of be priced into this market. So I think that it could really translate over into being new highs. That's kind of what I'm looking out for. It could sell it. They could sell the news. It could look good, and they begin to sell off. Sell the news. That happens quite often. I see. So really, you just want to keep your eyes open, and maybe stay a little bit patient before dumping any cash in. Stay a little bit patient, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be staying patient for real, because I know that jumping a gun too early can lead to big losses. So those are really the big headlining news. That Tesla, the vaccine, and then the economic data. Jobless claims didn't do too well. Jobless claims have just been, increasing and increasing. As you can see, we had initial jobless claims. The previous ones were 862, and we just keep going up. 137, 139. They just keep going up. So, obviously people are either getting laid off continuously, or people are just afraid to work. I'm not sure what it is, but unless those jobless claims number calm down, I believe that the market is going to stay in this tense, mixed emotional environment. But why are the jobless claims numbers continuing to increase? Well, the only reason why that could potentially happen is because people aren't having jobs. The economy is still not thriving like how it should be. The economy is still under this pressure of being in a lockdown and being under pressure of the coronavirus. So, unless that gets resolved, I don't really see any huge movements beginning to happen. I don't see the S&P getting back on course like how it should. But on the technical aspect, we are still sitting above the 50. The 50 and the 20 SMA. So we're still, technicals are showing us that we're bullish. We're definitely not bearish in this market. We're definitely bullish, but right now just sitting in a mixed, emotional, consolidated environment. So that's what is going on right now. So my thoughts on what's going to happen next week. I believe that the market could potentially rally next week. I believe that we're sitting at the top of this range here. I wouldn't be surprised if opening up Monday we just shoot up and we shoot up on the estimate, looking at the SPY, maybe go up to 4-3. We at 371 right now. What do we close at? We close at 369. I don't see. I can see again at 380, 400 potentially next week. 400 maybe. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But with that being said, we also want to keep in mind of the volatility. And so volatility, let's get rid of all of these. I don't know why I have so many of these on here. So volatility, we had a pretty decent spike earlier in the week, which caused the market to kind of drop. But volatility is, of course, starting to die back down a little bit and go back to the downside, as we can see. And so the first thing I was looking for, I was like, okay, volatility is sitting right at this. Oh, let's make it a little bit lower. Right down here. If we get down here again, and like as you can see, we got down here once before, which is kind of a little bit towards that gap fill area. We got down near, we got rejected, we got supported, and got back down here again, and they pushed the volatility back up. So we get back down here again. Of course, watching the market and watching volatility, I want to be cautious on if it's going to be supported up again. And if you're going long on anything, just make sure that the volatility doesn't see another, exponential spike like that, which we could potentially see. So keep that in mind. Volatility is still on the low side compared to here, where we were up at 40s. Now we're, having looking at the ATR, just having like the $2, we see the ATR being priced at 2.1. So ATR is, sitting on the low side. Volatility sitting on the low side. So want to just continue to watch. Always watch your volatility index. See how volatile the market is, and what I want to be looking out for is volatility continue to stay on the low side. I don't want to see these big spikes like how we got right here when we hit support it and we spiked up. Okay, well, that happens. Let me not be long on anything, because as we know, when volatility spikes, the market tends to drag. So that is everything I'm gonna be looking out for, really. You know, I don't really have anything else to be looking for. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. Feel free to subscribe. If you need me to break anything down, leave a comment down below, and I'm more than happy to make a tutorial video on anything that I have knowledge on. So you guys have a good one.